Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Before we get rolling, got to give a couple shout outs to some sponsors, starting off with Back Nine Botanicals. Make sure you guys go and check out Back Nine Botanicals. They're really changing the game in the CBD world right now, in the golf world. The new shooters are out. They got the orange flavor as well as the passion fruit. Make sure you guys go check those out, the THC shooters, as well as their gummies. They got the Birdie Boost, the Players Blend, the Moonlight Mulligan. Go check these guys out, the Tea Time Sunrise. Everything you're looking for, something to get you throughout every point of your day. Back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUF10. TPUF10 will save you 10% at checkout. And don't forget to check out their merch with their they got some shirts and hats as well. So make sure you check them out. TPUF10 will save you 10% at checkout at Back Nine Botanicals. Also, give a shout out to Transcend Wellness. Make sure you guys check them out. Transcend Wellness is 289 Oakwood Avenue in Troy. Make sure you guys take advantage of the drive-thru. It is getting a little warmer here in upstate New York, but they are the first New York State licensed dispensary to have a drive-thru. Take advantage of that. Go online, transcendwps.com. Place your order, pick it up at the drive-thru. If you don't feel like leaving at all, they do have a delivery service as well. Junior and the staff do a great job over there. Everything you're looking for, flower, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. So go check them out over at transcendwellnesswps.com. Also, we got to check out the guys over at Athletic, ATHLETHC, with the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. You know, we're going to have some type of THC involved, so go check them out. They have the mints. They have the hemp-derived mints. Go check them out. They have a few different flavors. They have the Rebound, the Power, and the Flow. The Flow is the one I've been getting into a little bit. Gives you a nice little mellow feeling throughout the day. Everyday smokers, cannabis users might want to try a couple extra mints to hit their mark, but really great product. Does the trick. Go check them out. Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Use promo code PUFF for a special discount. And this one I'm real excited about. This one I'm real excited about. It's going to be our guest tonight. Back with us, Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com. Make sure you guys go check out Marty. He's got the book over on Spotify, available on Audible as well. Working on the second one we're going to be hearing about here soon. And he's got a new merch line, as you see. I'll go alone, the hat I'm wearing now. We got the scratch golfer hat, never lay up, and camel chasing. So new line of merch. Marty's going to jump on here with us in a second. But make sure you go check out TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you guys 20%. And don't forget to check out the Audible book. And let's find out what the next one's all about. All right, we're back here in the Pitch, Putt, and Puff, and joining me is my man Marty from Trouble Off the Tee and his partner. We got my man Luke. Guys, thanks for joining the podcast.
What's up, Luke? What's up, RG?
Yes, thank you for having us on, man. We're stoked to chop it up with you tonight.
I love it, man. I'm a big supporter of Trouble Off the Tee. Marty was one of the first brands to really support the podcast here. Means a lot, man. So any way I can always help out Marty, I'm down in any way possible. I'd love to get you out here for Anthony's uncle's tournament this year, man, and play some golf.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, if you're rocking hats like that, man, I'm all in. You know that looks really good. It looks really good on you.
The one you have on, the never lay up, that's a pitch putt and puff rule, man. We're out there. There's no laying up on a Sunday with the pitch putt and puff crew. That's for sure.
Yeah, you don't call your buddies when you get home and say, "Oh man, you wouldn't believe this incredible layup I had today on this par 5, and I missed the putt, but I made a par. It was awesome."
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You could have had an eagle, but took the par.
No.
But Marty's the author of Trouble Off the Tee. He was on last year, probably literally about a year ago or so now.
Yeah, almost today.
Yeah, with the first book, but over time, man, we got book number 2 coming up. What's going on with book number 2?
Oh man, book number 2 is going in so many directions, RG. There's 2 versions of it I'm working on right now simultaneously. But you know what has really kind of taken off and taken the main focus is what brings my man Luke to the table today too, is the brand of Trouble Off the Tee. We are really cooking up some special things right now, and unfortunately, I'm not the merchandising guy, but Luke is, and he's the one that can tell you all about what's happening there. And I'll fill you in on some Lincoln Ross escapades as we go. But the story is still available to listen to on Spotify, Amazon. You can get it on Kindle if you want to read it. But what's really important to us right now, and I think what's really going to resonate with your audience at Pitch Putt Puff Podcast is the apparel that we're cooking up right now. And I know Luke do a really good job of talking about that for us.
Let's hear it.
Without further ado, this is my partner, Luke.
Yeah, these hats are fire. So let's hear about this merch line.
Dude, it's good to be here. So Marty and I met at a member guest, like all good business partners do.
And see that trophy from the year I won it right there behind us?
Much. More just the introduction to each other.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
We don't like to highlight Marty's big win at the Kessler. But no, he had launched the Trouble Off the Tee brand, and he had kind of been working on it for a few years. My background, I spent a long time working corporate for companies like Abercrombie, Victoria's Secret Pink. And so that's where I really learned how to build, the best in class global brands that customers respond to. And so, after working for them for a long time, I actually ventured into cannabis. So I give a good nod to your podcast and its love of all things cannabis. But eventually ended up being a consultant helping small brands scale rapidly. And so that's where Marty and I really connected and saw a ton of opportunity with Trouble Off the Tee. Because when we looked at the market, we felt like all the brands were kind of playing in 2 places, right? You have your Ping, your Callaway, your Titleist. These are for the pro tour golfers. It's out there. It's supposed to be, for scratch golfers, which less than 1% of the world is a scratch golfer. And then you have all these new brands that are out there to disrupt the game of golf and be a little louder and bring all these patterns and fun ideas out there. And what we realized was missing was something right in the middle, just something that kind of gives homage to why we love the game in the intricacies and the nuances and kind of the verbiage and just the fun stories on the course. And so that's what Trouble Off the Tee is supposed to be. It's supposed to be for the everyman. It is a true lifestyle brand. And we want to connect with golfers on a way that other brands haven't in the past. And so that's what we're venturing off to do. It's a tall task, but we're excited to take it on.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a tough world, but like you said, there is 2 sides of it. You got the main brands where they're going to go for the guys, your true golfers, but then you got, the whole YouTube creation golfers and more of that, the more laid back style. So you do see both of it. And like just this right here, like my dad would wear this, my younger brother would wear this, like the scratch golfer hat. Like everybody, what you guys are doing is meeting exactly right in that middle ground. And what's really cool about it is not only you got the ball marker that came with it, that's magnetic to the hat, but there's a playlist in there. I've never bought a hat with a playlist on my hat. I mean, you scan the QR code and boom. I mean, that's pretty cool right there.
Well, and I think this is just kind of the beginning of Trouble Off the Tee, because we are really meant for the everyday golfer. And it's what do they want in their golf apparel? What do they want in their golf accessories? What's important to them on the course? And also realizing that everyone enjoys golf in a different way. You'll have one guy that goes out and slams 12 beers, another guy that is, slamming down 3 joints. And then you have the other guy that refuses to drink because he's out there working on the game. And I think that's the beauty of it. And we can all come together in those moments and celebrate the game of golf. And, that's what we're looking to do. And we're looking to find like-minded people. We're not just trying to build a brand. We're trying to build a community of people.
And you know what, RG, who doesn't want to show their friends on the course? Check out my fucking cool hat that has a playlist on it.
Absolutely.
Come on. No one else has this. We are the first. We are ahead of the game, and that's where we'd like to stay.
After the first tee shots and you're rolling up the fairway in the cart and you're like, oh, you're getting the radio and everything set up. What do you want to listen today? And you flip your hat off and scan a QR code, and this is your playlist for the day. I mean, something like that. That right there alone is pretty cool. So I like it, man. That's neat as shit. Neat as shit.
Damn right.
The other thing, and I wish we're almost close to the first round of production being done on our newest release. But one of the things Trouble Off the Tee that is going to do that no other brands are really doing right now is we have a ton of blank inventory domestically. And so as topical things happen, in the world, but also within golf, we're going to quickly roll out, new hats and new graphics that tie into that. And so you're not going to have this, 4-month lead time to bring something new in. We want to bring something in within a week. So I think a good example would be when Scotty Scheffler got arrested. Our goal is we have some sort of hat that drops, 5 to 6 days later. It's limited edition. You get it before it runs out. And I won't give too much away, but the hat that we're going to be dropping hopefully later this week, I think is awesome.
It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope.
Who's done it. It's mind-boggling. No one's doing it. It's a no-brainer. And I think that's going to be our first step to really help us go viral on Instagram and start to reach a whole new group of people. And Marty and I were already kind of, wordsmithing behind the scenes today on our next SKU that's coming out. So we got a lot of ideas.
Man, I'm excited for it, man. I really am. And now, do you guys plan on doing shirts and stuff as well? Or are you just going to stick strictly to hats right now?
Yeah, we want to be a brand for everything, but what we care about is getting the product right in the beginning.
Okay. Yep.
And so we're not going to, take on more than what we can handle. We're going to nail hats. We're perfectionists. So behind the scenes, we're already thinking about how we can make our hats better for the next launch and the next round. Once we've really dominated hats, then we go after polos, we go after shorts and all that. But similar to what we did with the hat and the built-in ball marker and the QR code, it's how do we make our product remarkable and differentiated from what's out there on the market? Because right now everyone has a golf brand and golf polos and all this other stuff. And so we want, when you see Trouble Off the Tee, it's us because it's got some unique features that no one else has.
Yep. That's what you got to do in the golf world right now. You got to stand out. I mean, that's why I put Puff on the end of the podcast, is really just to stand out. Like, I could have named this 1,000 different things about golf, but who would have looked at it, So maybe, the more of the cannabis users might be looking at the Puff side, but still it's something that it stands out to people. So, and that's
I'm pretty sure that's how I found you, Roger, was scrolling through Instagram and I go, what the fuck is this guy doing? and then I listened to a couple and I think I sent you a DM and it was game on from there.
Yep,
you got to stand out. You got to have something unique. And that's not just in golf, but it's in life in general.
Yep.
Like, how many people do we see that just have kind of not so much fun at life? They're just going through the days, punching a clock, and they're looking for something unique in life. They're looking for an escape. They're looking for an outlet to express their individuality. And I think what we are offering here is a way to do that, a way to differentiate, a way to be special. And, at the end of the day, that's what I think Trouble Off the Tee stands for, is being special, but also being yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's that you got it with your brand, that you're expressing your brand, kind of expressing who you guys are through the brand as well.
Well, it all started with Lincoln Ross. You know that.
Yeah, Lincoln. Yeah. I actually went back and listened to it again.
Thank you. I made $1.25 off that.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that, Roger.
It was actually around Christmas time because I go back and forth to New York City to help my buddy with the Christmas tree business. So you can only listen to so many podcasts. So I threw that on for my 2-hour ride. And I listened to it again. There was like parts you missed, like little things. It's like watching a movie. It's watch it the second time, you catch different things. And it's definitely something you can't listen to in the car with kids, a few chapters. So
No, you cannot.
But the
Yeah, I
Sparks,
like to think it's like Pulp Fiction. You know,
yeah,
just the more and more you watch it and listen to it, the better it gets. Or the Big Lebowski. You know,
yeah,
Lincoln is the dude.
that's so good, man. So, is he going to be the character focus in the second book?
Well, all right. There's a couple ways this is going, and there's pages written, chapters written, both. So there's a prequel that features a relative of Lincoln's.
Okay.
And then there's the traditional sequel that, kind of picks up a little bit where things left off. We find out what's going on with Lucy. We take on some of her demons, but we also see some maturity, some growth out of Lincoln. But it's a slow process. So I got to decide whichever one I finish first. That's the one that's coming.
That's the one.
Yeah. As soon as I find the groove.
We got to get this thing made into a movie, man. I could see this being a
I
Netflix
know.
series or something to that extent. No problem. Like,
Goddamn right. Would you just tell more? Would you tell more people that? I'd appreciate that, RG.
We got to get you linked up with a screenwriter, man. We'll figure this shit out.
I know.
Maybe I got someone out in Cali listening. One of my Cali connects that's got some screenwriters.
Yes.
Yeah, if we turn this into a Netflix series, I'm much more on board with the book. So RG, I have a love-hate relationship with the book. I love it, but I'm like, this is NC-17. I'm like, right. We're for mass. We're for all of the people out there. And I'm like, and this is very niche. And so we're still trying to figure out, how do we bring the book into the brand and make it feel natural, but also be for all audiences? So maybe the sequel is a little more PG-13, but we're also looking at options. Is it for Trouble Off the Tee Country Club members only? And so you got to be like a loyalty member, then you get free access to the book, or at least we got some age restrictions on it.
Yeah, they got to at least be 18.
I'll also say, listening to the book and some of the scenes, knowing that Marty read it, it was a little too graphic for me, because I'm like, I know the writer of this book, and I'm like, that adds a whole different layer to it when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
When my dad listened, he was a little surprised.
Man. How was the feedback off of the first one, though? I mean,
man,
I'm assuming
it was great. It was, right after I did the pod the first time, and then I went on with Anthony and the rest of the gang. I really got a nice pop. Like, last summer was really, really big. And to what you were saying earlier, when golf season kind of slowed down, that's when kind of the momentum did a little bit for the story as well. I think now it's organic. It's out there for people. The people that want to find it can certainly find it. And it really, as Luke said, it's not written for everybody. Like, this is down a dark, dark rabbit hole, and it's not going to appeal to everybody. And I don't want it to. I'm not right. I didn't write this for a Hallmark movie. I wrote it for the people that are really want to get deep into golf, get deep into life and mistakes that people make in life and on the course, but at the same time can learn from it.
Yep. Man, Marty, I'm so glad just from listening to Luke talk here for the past 20 minutes, man. I think that he's exactly what you needed. Like, because you already have so much on your plate as it is, and trying to write the book and market the book and the clothing and everything else, and with his experience and just talking to him, man, I think you guys are going to be a nice little team here and really put Trouble Off the Tee over the edge in 2025, man. I really
Thank you, man. Yeah, I got someone who knows what they're doing. That's outstanding. I got a lot of ideas. Luke will tell you, I come up with ideas every day, all the time, at weird hours, and then he talks me through them, and it's like, oh yeah, I guess that doesn't work.
I know. I have to be the lame suit that always comes in at the end of the day, and I'm like, well, we got to consider our audience and what's our brand handwriting, and are we being consistent? But no, I think that's why Marty and I do make such a great team, is because he's constantly looking to push the boundaries. He's looking for ways to be remarkable and stand out and kind of come at you out of left field and capture your attention. And I'm always so focused on protecting the brand and being consistent. But, we're able to push and pull each other in the right directions to do things that, neither of us would probably feel comfortable doing on our own. And that's where we've been seeing success with the brand so far. So I always tell Marty, I'm like, get as crazy as you want with the ideas, throw them all out there. We'll figure out how to incorporate them.
Yeah. Remember my ideas, Luke, for the free gift? We're not.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about them. I went down a rabbit hole there, RG.
Oh man.
Needless to say, I think it would have gotten us in trouble.
Yes.
Man, yeah, that's the thing though. You got to do something to stand out. Like we were saying, you got to stand out. Now, who do you guys think is going to stand out this Sunday at the Masters? Talk a little Masters.
Man. All right. Okay. There's a couple ways to go with this. And RG, I've been thinking about this a lot, with especially how fractioned the game is right now. You've got Liv on one side, PGA Tour on the other side. And it really doesn't seem like there's any, we're anywhere near close to a deal. But I have noticed, and I'll bring this home, I promise, is that what Bryson DeChambeau has done on social media for golf in the past year has been truly remarkable. Nobody has ever done what this guy has been doing, and people love it. He's shown a different side to himself. He's shown a different side of the game, and he's genuine, and he has just stepped out of the stuffiness of golf, which I think is a big problem with the game. So who I'm rooting for? Bryson. Yeah. Bryson by a mile.
I hated Fedora Bryson. Like,
God. It was the worst.
He was like my least favorite golfer. Like, I could not stand watching him. Like, it was like just one of those guys you see on a court or the field or whatever, and you're just like, I don't like you. Like, I just don't like you. It's one of those guys. And then all of a sudden he started being around social media a little bit. And then he started doing like the challenges and on all this shit, YouTube and all this shit. And I'm like, all right, let me check this guy out. He seems like he's changing up a little bit, and then hitting the flop shots over his house, playing with Trump, doing all that shit, just making himself more of a personality, more likable. Just over the past 2-3 years has been a huge game changer for him. Big time.
And I think it's changing the game.
Yeah.
Because you see other golf personalities that are more popular now than tour players. My kids are like, hey, who are the good guys? And they'll tell me exactly. They'll pull 35 videos and I'll say, hey, you ever heard of, and I'm so sorry for throwing this shade at you, Billy Horschel, but I don't think my kids know who Billy Horschel is.
Right.
And he's playing in the Masters, but they know who Grant Horvath is, and they know who the good guys are. And it's different now. And I think that is the type of space that we're taking the brand, is sort of that go between these really good and fun golfers and getting away from sort of the stuffiness and the unapproachability that has been professional golf for as long as we've been alive.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm rooting for Bryson. Now, if Scotty's putter heats up, I don't know that anybody can touch him, because he's just so dialed right now. So there's a few, and the dark horse top 10. There's always somebody that shows up that you're like, wow, is Bernard Langer going to do it again? How does that old guy still making cuts? And I think this is his last year, so that's a fun one that I'm going to be watching. That guy's made $1 zillion on the Champions Tour, made nothing on the PGA Tour.
That's how it works sometimes. Luke, who you got?
Well, I think before I give my guess, you guys touched on something that I think is really interesting, and I think we're starting to see an evolution of golf. 15 to 20 years ago, we didn't really get to know the personalities behind the golfers. It was a very proper game. You're quiet. There's no joking around. Can't do anything on the course. You give a pretty cut and dry interview afterwards. And we loved people because of their skill and dominance, like a Tiger. And I think after you saw Tiger really started to exit, no one dominated the game. And so it kind of lost the popularity of, you didn't have one person that was always in the hunt, but people also couldn't connect with the golfers. And I think what Bryson has done with social media, and you're starting to see a little bit more, with the Netflix documentaries and just like even the league that Tiger has on ESPN now, you're starting to see a little bit more of the personalities in the joking that's going on the course. And I think that's what the fans want to see. That's going to get people more engaged in the game. And so I think the overall game is heading in the right direction, because for the longest time, it's been one of the sports where more people played it than actually watched or paid attention to the sport. You know, NFL, all you do is watch. No one's putting on pads and going out there on the weekend and playing. And so I'm really excited to see now what happens to golf over the next 10 years and as it becomes more and more popular. But to the original question, I'd like to see Rory finish the Grand Slam, pick up his green jacket. I want to see it. I'm a Rory fan. I think it would be good. I wouldn't mind seeing Bryson win, but yeah, I think Rory puts it together here. He's got 2 wins this year. He's playing good golf. I think he's heading into it.
He's just got to get out of that first round. Isn't that that's what always derails him?
And maybe make some putts down the stretch. But
he's got to close out with that putter, man. He's got to finish some putts down the stretch for sure. I'm going Morikawa, man. I think
all right.
I think he's just a consistent guy. He's always right up there in the mix of the leaderboards, and I feel like in the big tournaments he always shows up. So I got a feeling was it last year he was close down the stretch, and then I think he fell apart, or it was one.
Yeah, I think it was Amen Corner that got him. As it has many a contenders over the years.
So I like him, and then my long shot guy is Tommy Fleetwood. I would like to see Fleetwood just win one, man. Just raise the trophy over your head once here, buddy. It's been a long time, if ever.
You know, I think that there's a little bit of a course bias against him. You know, I don't know that he hits it long enough, but I get what you're saying, RG. I mean, he's always been around. He's been around and around and around, but never been able to quite close it out, at least stateside. But yeah, you got to think, you know, I haven't checked. I know it was supposed to rain yesterday or today at Augusta, and I don't know what the forecast is coming, but if those conditions are soft, boy, you're going to see some bombers out there just getting after it, which I feel like Ludwig could make a move. He played really well last year in his first Masters, but he missed the cut this past week. You know, that kind of makes you scratch at your head a little bit, like, wow, coming into the biggest week of the year and soft field and not around on the weekend. Who knows? Maybe it was intentional. Maybe he just wanted to get to Augusta sooner.
Yeah, I think me and Anthony are planning on going live on Sunday if it's close and competitive. So you guys are more than welcome to jump on. We'll send you the link and hop on the YouTube live.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing better than a close Sunday at Augusta.
No. It's been a couple of years since we've seen one, but
yeah,
I love when it happens for sure.
Well, my Colt's running on Sunday too, RG.
Oh, you got the horses. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets up to Saratoga this year. I'm hoping he does. This is his first race of the year. He's a 3-year-old. If he gets going, has a good race, we could be pointing towards some bigger events, maybe up in New York this year, up your way.
Oh yeah, because we got
that's on the list.
Yeah, because they do the Belmonts up here again this year, and then we'll obviously have the Travers towards the end of the summer.
A lot of money to be made in between there.
Oh yeah,
a lot of money in between.
I used to go up there all the time. I had a part-time job up there. My buddy's uncle had a bar when we were in our early 20s, and we had some good times. I woke up on the porch of that bar quite a few times. The sun rising on that porch.
Man, you got to put out to your followers. We need some Saratoga stories.
Oh,
just go through them one by one. Because, man, can I tell you some stories from the track as well? But no one needs to hear those. They can read about them down the road.
We got to make sure the statute of limitations is up on a lot of it, I bet. No doubt. But guys, I really appreciate you guys jumping on. As always, Marty, man, I appreciate the support. Like I said, anyway, Pitch Putt and Puff crew, we can help you out. Let us know. Luke, I'd love to get you back on as well with your background in the cannabis for a nice little 420 episode if you'd be interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Roger, you forgot the most important part of this whole podcast. Code Puff20.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get there.
Code Puff20 for 20% off, baby. Get it. Get that bag, man.
I did it right before we recorded when you guys came on. I did the intro.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I got it in there, but I'll close out with it as well. The promo code Puff20, save 20%. Do you still have some of the other merch up on the website as well?
We cleaned up shop,
Cleaned
but
everything, yeah.
but we're gonna have some special limited drops available for anyone who's
Okay.
looking for some throwback gear. But my chief creative director of marketing, chief merchandising officer, who's also on this podcast today, has more of a say on that than I do. I just come up with the ideas, man.
That's it, man.
We wanted a fresh start with the brand. I think we'll bring back some of the iconic SKUs that Marty had from the past. But we wanted a clean start, and we wanted for people to really understand how we're positioning ourselves, what we want to be in the golf community. And we're excited to learn from the customers what they want more of and where they want to see us take the brand. So, I mean, we really are a brand for the people. We've started this with what we think the brand should be, but ultimately we're going to let the customers vote for it, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, so am I, man. I'm excited to see what you guys do with those blank ones for the quick releases. The reaction you guys had to the one you're talking about coming out soon. I'm excited to hear about that.
It's gonna be dope. You know what else I'm curious though, Roger? If you get any feedback on which way the sequel should go, prequel or true sequel. So
Okay.
if you get any word on that, let me know. Send it my way.
I will for sure. Absolutely. Because I know I even had it going because I was trying to finish up a chapter, and I was going with Fairway Mike was in the golf cart with me, and Luke. He's my man. He's a retired truck driver. He's 70 years old, and he is just like, there's no filter with this guy. Whatever is on his mind, he's saying he don't care. And I was finishing up like the last couple chapters, and while we're practicing around or whatever, and he's like, "What the hell are you listening to, man?" I was like, "What the fuck is this, man? Is this like, what's going on here? Was this like soft porn or something?" I was like, "Mike, no, man. It's just an audio book I'm trying to finish up."
Oh man, it's golf porn. That's what.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. But he don't care, and we're like, he's nuts, man. He's one of the best. But it was funny though when you guys cleaned shop. Anthony texted me. He's like, "Yo, Marty on collab, like all the stuff." That I look at the page and it's like completely wiped out. I go, "Ant, he's just starting fresh, bro. He's starting fresh." It was funny. We both
wasn't ghosting you guys.
No,
just clean slate.
Absolutely not, man. It's keep in contact all year round, pretty much. But yeah, I'd love to get you guys up here for a round this summer at some point. I'm looking to do a pitch putt and puff tournament as well. So just trying to get some things finalized and figured out there what I can and can't do up here in New York. So the fine print bullshit. So we'll see what happens.
Let us know. We'd love to be there.
Yeah, I mean, where do you guys are both in Ohio, right?
Yep, yeah. We're in Columbus.
Yeah, so not far. 8 hours. About 8 hour drive.
Yeah, quick flight. We'll
quick
figure
flight.
out.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. What, 8 hours? Shit. Let's take turns halfway. But guys, truly appreciate your time. Why don't you let the listeners know where they can find you?
Luke?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Check us on TroubleOffTheTee.com. Or you can find us on Instagram at TroubleOffTheTee. And we're
TikTok,
excited.
Don't forget TikTok as well.
TikTok, yeah. Trouble Off the Tee at TikTok. So we got them all covered.
You can send me a DM. You can send me an email. You can send me a fucking pigeon, and I'll respond to it.
Marty Man answers everything personally. So you're looking at the man who's interacting with you on those platforms.
Yeah. It's not some bot. It's or some team of customer service people. It's me. You're going straight. The buck stops here.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys go check out TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20. Save yourself 20% on these fresh new hats. Got the Scratch Golfer, Never Lay Up, I'll Go Alone, and we got the Camel Chasing. Anthony didn't know what this one meant. I'm like, it's the bunker, dude. They're stuck in the bunker.
For someone who's always in the bunkers, he ought to know that.
That's what I said. I said you should wear that permanently, dude.
Yeah.
Especially after the picture he sent me of his tournament this past weekend. So he was at the beach most of the afternoon, to say the least.
Nice.
But appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll catch up with you later. Peace.
We're the illest team. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front, tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight with a puff, we fly. Elevate the night. Golf ball.